football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. As we'll see the #1 team in the country, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on the winners of 7 straight, the Florida Gators. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Georgia about to kick it off to get us underway. And he takes this from inside the 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Looking for a productive play on first down. To the ground with the back. Open space at the 25. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down. That Gator ground game is lurking in the murky waters, and it has been most effective.
Yeah, and we've seen them in the past, man. When Florida's really cooking, they've got some good backs. They've got some good balance, but they've got some physicality, and that's what you want to see from this unit.
They make the stop, but the sweet pulling catch is plenty to give him a first down.
One of the things that makes this guy so dangerous is how good he is after the catch. If he's got any space around him, he's able to burst. He's able to make people miss and get extra yards for his offense. You saw it right there.
The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. Give to the running back. At the 40, there he goes. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
Hey, listen, explosive plays comes in all different shapes and sizes. That time they attack the outside to the left on the ground, and that is a momentum-shifting play.
They know they have a huge advantage there. I expect them to go right back to it.
And what do you do now if you're on defense? You got to be expecting that they're going to try and attack that side of the field, maybe in the same way, maybe on this next play right here.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. On 2nd down, wants to throw it. Nowhere to go with the ball and down. If there's ever been a position group that sort of identifies with the team's mascot, it would be the bulldog mentality of this Georgia front.
Those hunkering down dogs up front, they got to hunker down and stop the run and be physical. And then guess what? It gets into passing situations. Now I'm quick. Now I'm on the edge. Now I'm making that quarterback's life a living you-know-what.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Oh, look what I found. The offense keeps it.
Great job by the defense forcing the fumble, but a bad, unfortunate bounce, and the offense pounces back on it.
The Gators decide to punt it away. Looked as if they might have a little something going there, but they'll have to kick it away. offense set for a first down play. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I'll be honest, that is a formation and a play call I was never expecting to see in this game. This offense is one of the top 10 passing units in the entire country. I'm surprised they even have goal line in their playbook. What are we doing?
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Handoff from the gun. He kept those legs moving, got 3 out to the 19. The Dogs able to hunker down and get out with a close win the last time they saw the Gators.
Yeah, and anytime you get a win in Jacksonville, anytime you beat Florida, it's a success. It doesn't matter if it's by 100 or if it's by 1. Georgia fans know how much this means to them, and so do these players.
Yeah, you know, they call this game the world's largest cocktail party. The energy in the stands is just completely different. That's something David and I obviously have experienced before. And after that Georgia win last year, man, those Bulldog fans, they stuck around. They were here in Jacksonville, hanging out at the stadium, enjoying it all through the night. They've been enjoying it all year, and we're hoping to order some more adult beverages after this one.
And how about the year he's put together? I mean, he is in the top 10 in passing in college football, obviously. And obviously, they're talking about him for the Heisman. But just a guy you've been able to trust, a dynamic passer, throwing the football all over the yard. This team has been built on him, and he's had an unbelievable season.
He'll come out throwing on first down. It's complete to the right. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Seems as if these two have been on a collision course for a top 5 meeting like this. And big picture, guys, it can really help their playoff position.
Yeah, we all circled this game at the start of the year. We knew this one was going to have conference championship, national championship, Heisman Trophy implications too, David. So lots riding on this one, and may the best team win.
And this will be huge down the stretch. It gives you a shot in the arm. You prove your worth in this football game, and you start to build your case as you get to the end of the season of why you could possibly get to the best team in the country.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Going over the top. Intercepted. Taking it the other way. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
QB's got them pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. Make the stop at the 40, but it's a 10-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
And a big key on that throw to the slot receiver, guys, is putting the ball out in front. The location of the throw is what helped that guy get extra yards after the catch.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. He's looking to throw it. Going to take a shot at this DB. He caught it. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, Florida.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. this Bulldog offense. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this drive.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. He's looking to throw. Hubs it downfield. Got his man to the left. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Florida 7, Georgia 0.
Split backs here. They'll leave it with him. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
The Dogs have had a long history of scrappy and efficient quarterbacks. Add a little star power to it, and you've got something working.
You definitely get a little extra something. We see it all across college football. You find that dude at the quarterback spot, it takes you from good to great, and you've seen that with Georgia over the last several seasons.
Pulls and throws off the RPO. They say all games count the same, but you get to this portion of the season and a chance to win a top 10 battle like this carries a little extra weight.
And whoever keeps the top 10 number beside their name after this game will have earned it, because these two teams are very talented, David. We're now at the midpoint of the season. We're starting to get an idea of who these teams are. We're going to find out a whole lot more here today, though.
Yeah, dang right. How much implications?
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Gator fans love to see their teams light up the scoreboard, but they'll take the defense bringing the heat, too.
And I think that was a staple, Reese. Back in the day, you had great offenses for Florida, but the teams that really had the most success and that reached the highest mountaintops, they had great defense to go with it. This defense playing well.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. 3rd and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock him up man-to-man, everybody on an island, everybody won. You get the incompletion, now setting the fourth.
4th down and 12 is 4-down territory for this offense. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got him, and they convert. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Dogs!
Each and every week, I think this coaching staff does such a good job of scheming ways to get this guy the football in the passing game, and the defenses can't cover him. With that last catch, this is now his 10th receiving touchdown on the season.
On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Paul.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place. After
picking up a couple in 2nd and 8. Wide receiver shows motion. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
Tackle is made at the 20-yard line. Brings up third down.
And after that last run, we'll see if they keep it on the ground on third. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down.
Well, the defender got his hand on that one, tipped it up in the air, and offense, man, they're lucky that one wasn't picked.
Well, this head coach is clearly sending a message. Not sure what it is, but he's going for it close to his own end zone. They move the tight end all over. On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. What a snag by the defense. Got some room to run. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Not all DBs make the play in the end, right? They can bat the ball down. They can be in position. They don't really secure the football. Great job by the DB securing the football and forcing the turnover.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
Using the quick game. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
Well, late in the year, this guy is square in the middle of the Heisman Trophy discussion because of his performance. He throws a nice completion there for a first down, but it's been week in, week out. Big moments. He's led this team to a ton of wins. He is their best player.
To the air on first down. Going for 6. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Oh, what a missed opportunity for that interception. Yes, I know he gets the pass breakup. He had a chance to finish things off, and he really didn't get it done. But there's a reason he plays defense. You know, look at the guys on offense.
Defense looks like they're about to bring the house. Dumps it off in the flats. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense.
I'm not sure what the quarterback saw on that one, but that was a very quick decision to take off and run with it to try to get his offense some positive yards.
The clock has stopped, and we've reached the 2-minute warning before halftime. This Georgia offense moving quickly down the field. Trying to barge in. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Loss of 2. Is now second and goal.
And I don't think they got it snapped before the play clock ran out. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with the results of the play. The offense will quickly use a timeout.
Timeout, Georgia.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Tries again to get it in. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Georgia!
And that is exactly what you want from your offense, man. Late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
A pair of top 15 teams throwing haymakers today. Let's show you the very latest. Clemson is down right now, but I'm not convinced this team doesn't have a C.J. Spiller-like big play in them. Any change in momentum, and this is a brand new game. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Florida State. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Grabbed over the middle. It's high.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down. Looking to move it through the air. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. David, as a Georgia legend, when I say Florida, what comes to mind?
Ugh. I mean, that's the easiest question you've asked me yet. I mean, there's nothing that I ever liked or enjoyed about the Florida Gators, just playing in that rivalry. You know, it's not a neutral site, by the way. It's in Jacksonville, Florida. Like, that's not neutral. It's way closer to Florida. It's way closer to Florida fans. But this rivalry, I'm telling you, every single year, that was the #1 team you wanted to beat.
Trying to find his man on 1st down. He'll try to do it himself. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. He tries to take the top off. And he makes the catch inside the 20. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the 1st down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6.
I just continue to be impressed watching this guy play. Good decision-making, very accurate. He's obviously got a lot of talent surrounding him, so no surprise with that last completion. He's now over 3,000 yards on the year.
Bounced off his feet. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They're bringing heat. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left. Threw a pick last time, almost threw another one, but you know what? I like the fact that this dude has no conscience. None.
Arm arrogance, right? He's going to spin the football, try to make plays. Like, listen, take the good with the bad, right? He's going to make some plays. He's going to give some away. Let's try to do a little bit more of the playmaking as opposed to giving it to the other team.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. On the move. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Gator!
And I love that this offense stuck to it. Stuck to the run game. Didn't panic. They got down, but they answered the bell right before the half, and they got this thing right where they want it now. They can tie this football game and hopefully go into the half with a lot of momentum.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. The Gators will kick it away to crank up the second half. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. He wants to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. And he can't escape, and down he goes. He was lurking, waiting for his opportunity, and like a gator in the swamp, he went into the roll and got that quarterback.
They did. I tell you what, when you want to be dominant in this league, if Florida wants to get back to being a dominant team, it's got to be guys like this in the trenches dominating football games.
They go to the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There's been way too much penetration up front defensively. They have been able to stop him in his tracks.
And whatever they did on first and second down, don't do that anymore. Third and very long coming up. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. Georgia lining up to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. The Gators sending the offense back to work. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. The give to the running back from the shotgun. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
You know, the RPO game now in college football really puts the defense in a bind. It forces them just to freeze a half second as they try to distinguish between the running back and the quarterback. Who's keeping the football? On that play, it was the running back, and he made him pay.
Trying to make magic with his feet. Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit.
Man, that's so frustrating. And it happens so fast. He just pulls it down. It looks like pass. He pulls it down, and he's gone. Just like that, chewing up yards. So much speed, so hard to stop.
And the Gators will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll go to the ground. They get him stopped after a 2-yard gain. Ball's at the 17. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. On the move. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
When the offense gets in those multiple tight end looks, you kind of have a good understanding of what's coming. You don't know where the ball's going necessarily, but they'll put those big old bodies in there to block, to move people, to put more mass on the field, especially once you get in this red area where you have to be able to run the football effectively. Those passing windows tend to shrink a lot.
Wide out in motion. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Gets it out fast. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these...
Touchdown, Florida! And with that one, they jump on top here in the 2nd half.
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this at the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
He's back to throw on 2nd down. Gonna take a shot. He's got it down the left side. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
This guy's in the Heisman picture because his stats are just ridiculous, and he threw for over 300 yards last game out. He's putting up another monster game here today, guys.
So that big play changes the complexion of things. It's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. He's gonna pass. Throws to the wideout. A beautifully placed ball to the outside, and the toe drag for the big pickup.
Throws a nice completion there for a first down. This guy has been the biggest key to this team's success all season long. He's shown up in big moments. He's won big games. He's putting up big numbers, and that's why he's in the discussion to win the Heisman Trophy.
Looking to throw it again. To the end zone, and it's picked off. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense.
You got to be sharp in the red zone. You can't turn the football over in the red zone. You got to be crisp. You got to be on time. You could tell the QB wasn't on time. The defender made him pay. Nice interception, stealing points now off the board.
Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Going for the big play. Throws into double coverage, and it's picked off. He'll try to take it back. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position. And the Dogs keep playing fetch on these passes, channeling their inner Scott Warner or Champ Bailey or Keely Ringo and making plays.
Just ball hawking, making plays. And again, when you pressure the quarterback, and the Dogs do that as well as anybody, you pressure the quarterback, force that ball out in the secondary, playing great coverage, making big-time plays in the back end.
Relying on that running game, and it works for about 3 yards to the 31.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion? Georgia going up tempo. Wants to throw on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Santos. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. On second down, looking again to throw. He makes a grab. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. This is a designed run. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
It's just so nice to have a signal call who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
And they pick up the extra point. Keeper knocked it right down the middle. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. They'll try the left side. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Quarterback checking off. Wants to fire on second down. Out of the backfield, he's open. And that's why you do explosive work in the weight room. Arm day's a good thing as he gets to the 23. They'll try to power their way ahead. They'll pick up the first down as he gets it out to the 27-yard line.
You know, you start day one of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You run them over and over and over again. They're not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need them.
The Gators come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to go up top on first down. They're working that left side. Breaks a tackle, and he's got room. Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
The Gators are on the move. Going up top on first down. And it's intercepted. Oh, what a big play in a tie game. Bringing it back. And he's going to run it all the way back.
at this juncture of the game, one play is going to make a difference. It's going to be a momentum-changing play. Who's going to come up with it that time, Pollack? It's the pick six to break the tie.
And the defense, you're thinking, get a stop, get a stop. This is late in the fourth quarter. This is how we're going to get a win. Our offense is going to go down the field. No, they get the turnover, they force it, and they get to the end zone to create the massive game-changing play.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
On second down, looking to throw. It's complete to the left. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. And the Gators moving quickly to the line.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now. If you're the play caller, certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Pulls and fires complete to the right. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Screen pass just not working there. You figure at this point of the game, trailing, you're going to have to be more aggressive and take some shots. You usually run screen passes when you think there's going to be a blitz, but because the defense has the lead, they're just sitting back and playing big zones.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On the move. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Down a possession here in the fourth, and they'll need to convert on this fourth down. Quarterback will audible. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on fourth down. Wide receiver coming across in motion. On fourth down, looking for the completion. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Now the offense will try to run out the clock with the lead. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
And here comes the offense on second down. The give and tick, 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 tick. Didn't have any better luck going back to him on second down. Now they're staring at 3rd and 10. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. It's 3rd down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. Looking to throw. Fires to the right. And it's picked off. That's the turnover they desperately needed. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. We have reached the 2-minute warning, and time is of the essence if this offense is going to make a play. Gators sending the offense back to work. These are the games. These are the moments. This is the opportunity for the finish that people remember in rivalries like this one.
And those highlights that are shown for years and years to come. These big-time moments, Palmer, coming down to the wire, who steps up and makes the big-time play.
And this is why you lift the weights in the offseason. This is why you do all the gassers and all the sprints. For moments like this, game on the line in one of the biggest games of the year.
Handoff to the lone back. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down. He's up to 86 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. Inside the 30 at the 29, it's a first down. To the ground, he's got it again. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. 3rd and less than a yard. Ball right at the 20. Direct snap. Can't get him to the ground. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks for the first down.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
Right back to the well. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
This quarterback part of their running game. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Gator!
Massive score, now massive decision making. Obviously, extra point ties the football game. Easy peasy, nice job. 2-point conversion, you win this thing. So I would kick it, but you know what? You want to go for it? It's your decision.
And now a critical extra point attempt here. And he needs this one for the tie, and he's got it. We're locked up in the 4th. So they covered 42 yards on the drive. And what a huge score and extra point there to get it tied in the final minute. And he's going to run it back. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return.
Georgia offense will take over 1st and 10.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. This one is about finding the balance between being aggressive and not being reckless, Jesse.
The only way this thing works, though, if they're going to be aggressive, this offensive line has got to be able to hold up here for this QB.
Snags it down the right side. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
Man, this guy's shown you the whole gamut, the whole arsenal. Like, he can run, he can throw, he can handle the moment, he can handle pressure. I'm interested to see how he finishes this season. He's already in the top 10 in total touchdowns, rushing and passing. Had a phenomenal year. Now is the time late in the season when you can go win those individual awards.
They'll throw it on first down. Release to the back. And he was looking over the middle and couldn't make the connection.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection this time. Moving out of the pocket. He'll fire to his right. Touchdown, Georgia! And they've got the lead in the final minute.
That is how you end a football game. Closing seconds, great execution. Take the lead. This game is almost over.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And the finisher coming courtesy of that touchdown toss from 45 yards out. The kickoff unit about to go to work. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Timeout is called, and the clock is down to 8. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is the rivalry you put a lot of stock in all offseason. You're talking about this game in particular.